Hi everyone, welcome to another week in review. It is Saturday, January 27th. We are 27 days into the new year and the month is about to end already. Where did this month go? This joint went by mad fast, but I'm not going to be long before you because it's 12:08 here on the East Coast. So welcome all. If you missed this live, you can always catch it on my, feed and on YouTube later on today. So let me just come with these COVID numbers because COVID's still among us. It's still here. It's not going away no time soon. So don't believe the lies from the people. So here is the number of cumulative cases. Well, let's start within the last 7 days. So within the last week, there was 143,703 new cases. But overall, we still have a lot of cases. It's 774,291,286 confirmed cases of COVID-19 that's reported. That's around the world. Now let's go to the Americas really quickly because we definitely need to go to the countries. So is going to pull that up really quickly. Of course, here at home, there were 93,260 new cases. That's an uptick by 16,095 within the last 7 days. Overall, in the USA, we have 103,436,829 reported cases of COVID-19. This is as of January 14th, 2024. In terms of confirmed death toll, cumulative here at home is 1,165,789 reported COVID-19 deaths. Hey T, what's up? I hope you're safe. And behind us with the death toll is Brazil, it's India, then it's Russia, then it's Mexico, then it's England, then it's Peru, then it's Italy, then it's damn. That's a lot. And this is WHO, by the way. Yeah. Now, vaccinations here at home. So 70,000 people are fully vaccinated and completed the vaccination series, and only 36% of people vaccinated fully vaccinated at least had the booster. So yeah, we're not out the clear yet. I think Anthony Fauci said before he retired, there needs to be at least 90% of the country needs to be vaccinated so we can be COVID free. Even though the president did confirm that COVID is not a major threat, but still it's upticking along with the flu. And then you got RSV making its reemergence. So even chickenpox now is like the thing. So that's why it's important to still wear your mask and get vaccinated. I have to order some masks, even though I got 2 boxes left, but I still need to order some more because I have a feeling we're going to be dealing with this probably up until 2025. If people just do the right thing, But knowing us, we feel suppressed with a mask on. Craziness. So that's all I have for COVID. Now, in terms of this man, that former guy that was in the people's house, making money off the people's house while taking the salary from the people's house. Yeah, I agree, T. That man that made money off the people's house has to pay $83 million to E. Jean Carroll. So according to Fox News. You can't even see the article. So the $83 million that he has to pay to E. Jean Carroll from basically trying to talk ish to her, a jury in New York put a price on it after the damages of the defamation suit. It's the second time that the jury ordered him to pay Carroll, because the first time was $5 million, but he responded by verbally attacking her, so she sued him again. And although his fortune is up in the air, estimated supposed to be the billions, he's likely to pay the cost of today's verdict. First, he was notorious for the skin flint. He once cashed as a 16-cent check sent to him as a prank by a spy magazine. So homeboy has to pay her, and he's basically grifting to run for president. I mean, I always tell people, even back in 2015, when he was running in 2016, that man was running to pay his bills because he was in a lawsuit with Trump University. And then New York Attorney General Eric Schneiderman was suing that ass. And that ass was in court. And he had to settle. He went and settled. They did a settlement with him. So why is everybody so shocked that he was a bad witness? Donald Trump always been a bad witness. Year after year since he's been in business, messed up his father's money, this man literally have to pay taxes. Not pay taxes, pay people to stay out of a jail cell. But the worst thing he ever did for himself was run for office and got elected with the help of Russians. And guess what happened? His fortunes are exposed. That man was never that rich. He never got along with the rich guys, the Rockefellers and the Vanderbilts. Hell, even Mike Bloomberg, who I don't like. They always thought he was the bottom of the barrel, and he proved their point. So why everybody think Donald Trump is rich? That man was never rich. He was always broke. He messed up his father's money. He messed up those casinos in Atlantic City. He always had to settle in court. He backed out of deals, stiffed people out of deals, used cheap labor to build Trump Tower, which is really not his. Why people think that man is rich? He's a bum. He's always been a bum. And I was right the whole time. He was always filing for bankruptcy. He filed for bankruptcy 4 times. And I remember news stations and newspapers like the Daily News, which he doesn't like, always clowned him for filing for bankruptcy. He's a joke. And always will be and forever be a bum at heart. And speaking of that man, he actually won the New Hampshire primary, which I'm not shocked. He only won by 11% of the vote, but still at the end of the day, no matter if it was low turnout, that man owns that party. It shows in Congress that he owns that party. That man literally owns that party because they don't want to work with the president. They don't want to make the president look good. Donald Trump owns that party. He's telling people what to do, how to legislate, and you're not even in politics no more, dude. You're running for office again, which you will lose again. Even if any other Republican was to go against this president, they will lose. Nimrata will lose too, because truth to be told, the base in Nimrata's party don't like her. She's a pick-me. She is a pick-me for her party. As I said before, and I'm going to keep saying this, Nimrata Nikki Haley's policies is just as bad as Trump. Probably worse. She just dressed it up a different way. She's against, LGBTQ issues. She has always had something to say about transgender people. Nimrata Nikki Haley is also a racist. She attacked Senator Warnock. She constantly attacked Vice President Kamala Harris. And let's be real, Nimrata is jealous of Vice President Kamala Harris. People think, oh, no, she's not. Yes, she is. Because the Vice President actually uses her name. Versus Nimrata. Nimrata dropped her first name and uses her middle name and her married name. You're using your married name, that's fine. You're a married woman. But you should go by your first name. Your first name is actually a very nice name. It's better than your middle name, to be real. It really is. So you trying to assimilate to your husband, which your husband didn't even have a good childhood, versus you had a better home life and a better family structure than your husband. See, I'm getting personal with Nimrata. But I'm going to sum this up about Nimrata. Nimrata is not better than Donald Trump. She's actually worse than he is. Nimrata may not be an insurrectionist, but Nimrata is a bigot. She's a homophobe. And she's a misogynist on top of being a racist. Her policies stand for itself. So why are people trying to amplify this woman as a moderate? She's not a moderate. She really, seriously wants she wants to ban our reproductive rights. Wants to take away the rights of black people when it comes to voting. She wants to increase taxes, wants to increase the retirement age. How is that moderate? I swear these people defend her really quickly, and I'm like, she's no one to defend. And that's all I'm saying. So, on the Democratic side, there was a primary for the New Hampshire primaries, even though the president was not on the ballot, but the president actually won in as a write-in candidate, which we all know that was going to happen because at the end of the day, people think well, Joe Biden is old and everything. Joe Biden is still popular with the party because if it wasn't for him, you wouldn't have no free vaccination. You wouldn't have no, extra money to, buy food. Your loans would have been canceled. It's a lot of things that the president has done and still got more work to do. Apparently, we don't have control of one part of the legislative branch, and the judicial branch is mostly by Republicans, especially in the highest court of the land. Yeah. So he's still popular with the party. But I would like to address Dean Phillips. I said before, months ago, that Dean Phillips has no plan to progress this country onward. I didn't lie about that. What are his plans? Does he even have plans? Does he even connect with different voters? And I'm not talking about white voters. I'm talking about black voters, Latino voters, AAPI voters, LGBTQ voters, indigenous voters. No. This man is an opportunist. He wants his name to be known. And I won't be surprised if he tries to run as an independent. Because the party basically ain't backing him. We don't even mess with him. We don't even claim him. And he's not running for re-election for his seat in Congress. And I'm glad he's not. Because he's going to be replaced by a black man. Dean Phillips, I don't think he even likes black people, to be real. He said there's no white supremacy. So why people are praising him like Bill Maher and them? Because they want to keep white supremacy alive in his party. So to white liberals out there, if you're listening, and this is for people that support Dean Phillips and defending Nimrata Nikki Haley, You guys are so gullible, and y'all want to call black people low information voters? No. If anything, the majority of white people in this country, the majority of white people, not all, because some of y'all get offended, but if it doesn't apply to you, let it fly over your goddamn head. The majority of white people have been voting the wrong way for quite some time. Since my existence on this earth, and I'm only 37, about to be 38. You guys voted for Nixon twice. You guys voted for Ronald Reagan over a man named Jimmy Carter, who actually got the country out of a decade-long recession back in the 70s. You voted for Bush. You voted for the other Bush twice. And then you voted for that bum that caused an insurrection. I mean, haven't you guys learned how to vote in this country? And sat with black people, sat with Latino, even some Asian people and indigenous people how to vote? Do you understand how policies work for people that don't look like you? But obviously you don't. The reason why there's a lot of systemic issues within our institutions, no matter if it's economic or social status, because y'all keep putting the wrong goddamn people in there. And ever since you put Ronald Wilson Reagan, his whole name, Ronald Wilson Reagan, in that office, he has messed up this country and divided pretty much our country before Donald Trump. He was the MAGA before Donald Trump. But I digress. Getting back to what I was saying. The fact that you guys think that the president is too old. Yes, he's 81 years old. He's too old. But you're willing to put an insurrectionist in that seat again? I'm going to need for you guys to think this over. And to the white women, you guys are like shielding Nimrata Nikki Haley. And yes, I say Nimrata Nikki Haley because that is her name. Nimrata Nikki Haley is a flip-flopper. She's not pro-women. Because if she was pro-women, she would not even talk about, let's come to the consensus about reproductive health. Reproductive health is our right. It's our given right. And that's our bodies. And she wants men to control our bodies. The men in her party. She wants to increase the retirement age for folks like me to retire at 70. Who's to say I want to work past 65? Or even past 60? Then she wants to increase taxes. She wants to mess with entitlements that people work for. At the end of the day, Nimrata is not a feminist. And she's not for the people. So I don't understand why the majority of white women and even white liberal women are defending this woman. She's no one to defend. I need y'all to stop. Stop glorifying this woman. Stop glorifying the Nancy Maces of the world and even the Elizabeth Lynn Cheneys of the world. Because at the end of the day, they're going to vote for disastrous policies over the right thing. And that's what I'm going to leave you with tonight. But to my young voters, I meant to tell y'all this. I said a couple months ago, you're not voting for the president because you don't like his stance in this conflict in the Middle East. There's a greater threat out there. And it's the rise of white domestic terrorism that is happening in this country. If you think that you're exonerated from that, especially if you're black, brown, Latino, or Asian, you're not exonerated from that. You're not even an exception. If anything, you're the main target because you're the other compared to the shrinking majority. that wants to further expand the whiteness. That's why they're doing all the things that they're doing on the other side. So you think that you withholding your vote is saying something and doing something? It's not moving the needle. You're actually looking like an asinine fool. And I know there's some friends of mine that I know that, don't want to vote for this president, but I'd rather vote for the greater good than vote for something that's going to further wreck this country. Because this country is having its reckoning and it's not getting any better because of the other side. Tainted by that bum. So you pick your poison. So really, until then, have a good night. Peace.